Yo, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yo, your host with this is Sounds from YYBY. All right, so now let's get to the point. I want to talk about something right quick. I want to put people on game about limiters and mastering on the at the limiter part, because I actually got a video that I posted up yesterday, talking about this with another brother online and everything on YouTube. Now, when I was on my Instagram, this wise, young, dumb little guy, he wanted to get on, my page and say some crazy stuff, right? Disrespectful, because I guess he angry about the music. I don't know what's up with these ninjas though. But he was like, the statement was this. He was like, well, you don't know what's going on. I bet you still use limiters on your output, on your master, right? And then it's a few other people who respectful. He wasn't respectful, but it's a few other people who mentioned about the limiters and on the master and all that. But let me tell y'all something, bro. Everybody using limiters on their mastering part, man. When they master their songs, man. All the top engineers using the limiter. But it's one thing that y'all not understanding, because I get it. They're looking at the perspective of, well, the music is not smashed no more. We don't want it to be smashed where, it'll look like this. I'm gonna give y'all an example. Let me drop a file in right quick before I show y'all this right quick. Let me drop a file in. So what I'm gonna do, let me go to let me go to where's my hold on. That's it? Not right here. I'm tripping. So what I was doing in the earlier video, I was showing like a example of a song that's mastered. So let's drop this in right quick, right? And let's go to this Drake joint. And when you drop it down, they was like, they don't want the music to be, the music shouldn't be like this, where it's square. It's like cut off straight through on the master. And actually, there's nothing wrong with that, because that's been going on for years. But I guess some platforms, when you're dealing with LUFS and they want the levels to be a certain thing. Listen, when you get on those platforms, they're going to turn the music down anyway if it's a certain volume. You want your music to be pretty loud. So when they do turn it down, or you could just do it the exact volume. But I know people who experience different issues with these platforms where they're making their music sound weak. But I don't, that's another story. But some say that it shouldn't be like this, right? And they thinking that for it not to be like this, you don't put a limiter on the mastering. And I'm like, yo, I'm about to show y'all that's not true. Check this out. This song right here, I mixed and mastered inside Reason. Record, mix, and master inside Reasons, right? Let me go to a certain point. I had cranked this joint up. Play me, they won't repeat. Us on display, us in the maze like a slow play. Sour like a rose with a dawn, late night cold, sweet like.
This past week, a new so-called game was discovered with grisly results. Victims have been.
But anyway, like that song right there is completely boosted up to the max. Like I got that jump, and I'm gonna show y'all something right quick, because this is the part that people are missing when it come to dolls who have this thought process. Oh well, the music not supposed to be straight going across like that and square it up and everything, and that's not how it really works. You're supposed to use a limiter. It's all good, because we all learn something all the time. But I want to put y'all on game with what y'all missing though. All right, so now I got this cranked up. Let's go right here. Right here. I got that boost up like crazy. Oh, that's for a fact. It's boosted up like crazy for a fact. But check this out though. So I use a limiter. The last thing I used was a maximizer after I did everything I did, right? Now, I'm gonna go get that same song, right? I got it on the desktop. I got that on the desktop because I exported out, right? And here you go right here, Genesis Remy. This is the same joint. As you can hear it right there, that's the same joint. All right, so now, when you drop it in, this is how it was normally looking. You know, this is how it looked like this. When you drop it in anything, it'll look like this. And so you be like, yo, that's clipped off. That's not what we want. We want it because, you know, it looks squared off and everything. But when you bring that wave down, boom, it don't look like that. It don't look like that. Look at it. This is the same song that I was mixing and mastering that I boost up like crazy. You know the reason why I don't look like that? Because of the headroom inside Reason. Reasons is automatically built in their DAW and a mixer, 32-bit and 64-bit. So the float, 32-bit float, 64-bit. If you're recording in 24-bit, then this won't happen. So if you're in 24-bit, regardless of how much you raise the volume of your music, when you raise the volume of your music like crazy, it will be cut off. It will be cut off, you know, because that's how most people record in 24-bit, because the higher you go in the bit rate, the bit depth, the more memory and more tax it takes on your CPU. When you're dealing with these other DAWs, you have an issue with that. But for some ill reason, when you're dealing with Reason, you don't have that issue. The CPU don't go crazy, go cuckoo crazy, bouncing everywhere. And I use so many tracks on everything. And I got a decent, fast computer. And it's like it just built in normal or something, you know. And that's what I love about it, because they say, listen, you don't got to focus on trying to change all that. We just going to put that in there. And that's what I like. For what? We know you need the best quality. When you export an MP3 out, it's going to be 320. Why should be anything lower when it's an MP3 that's compressed, right? So those options is already embedded inside the DAW, and it changes from 32 to 64. You know, dealing with the instruments, going through the SSL mixer, as you see right here. So that's why the headroom inside Reason, if it's peaking to a certain degree, people are like, yo, it's peaking. Nah, that's not always the case, bro. Now, other DAWs, you can do the same thing. You can go in your options and change it to 32 or 64-bit float or whatever it is, right? Or go a little higher, you know, because on here I record at 48. I record at 48, you know, hertz. You know, I record at 48. I record at 48, right? That's what I record at. I used to do it lower than that, but I do 48. So I don't go no higher than that. But the more you go, the more taxing, the more based on your computer, the more issues you might have, especially when you're doing higher 32 or 64 on your joint. And when I'm in other DAWs like Studio One, I go 64, it's issues, man. It's issues. Seem like it. I don't know. I'll be trying to find different solutions, even though they got a dope built-in sound card that balance out the, if you're using the instrument, it got ways of saving dope CPU, the concept, but for some reason, when I boost it up, is an issue. So, but again, Reasons is already built in that way with 32. Most DAWs, you got to set it that way. And most people are doing 24, right? And 24 is cool, because I did 24 for a long time. But when you're in Reason, you're forced to do 32, 64. So you don't got no choice. But you don't have those issues. And the reason why I do 24 in other DAWs, because when I start going higher than that, it's issues. But it's actually good to do 32 or 64-bit float in the other DAWs, because it goes back to the same argument that people are having with the music. When you're dealing with 32 and 64, you can raise it up and boost that volume up so loud where you think it's destroyed. But when you bring that volume back down, it is not destroyed at all. And that's why the masterings of the songs look like this. And they thinking that they're not using a limiter when they boosting the hell out this shit, but they just recording in 32 and 64. They probably 48 sample rate, 3264. This is YYBY.